problem here says x squared minus 25. Looking through my list, this problem looks like a squared minus b squared. And I know that because 25 is 5 squared. So if you think about it, this is x squared minus 5 squared. So all I have to do is follow the formula. So the result of this is x minus 5 and x plus 5, okay? And you're done with that. Let's take a look at this one. Here I see another squared, a subtraction, and a 16, which I know is 4 squared. So it has to be this one as well. So let's see. The square root of 9 is 3. Square root of y squared, it's y. So this is 3y to the second power minus 16, which is 4 to the second power, okay? So all I have to do now is use my formula, look at the results, and say, well, this is simply 3y plus 4 times 3y minus 4, okay? I know I used it the other way around. I put the plus first and then the minus, but that doesn't really matter, okay? The order doesn't matter. All right, so let's take a look at the third one. I see x to the third power, so I'm looking at these two at the moment. I see a plus sign, so I know I have to use the last formula. Now, we have a square. In my case, that's going to be x to the third power. And now we have b to the third power, but this is 27, but turns out that that is actually 3 to the third power, okay? So we have the setup complete. Now we just execute the formula. It says a plus b, so in this case, it will be x plus 3, close parentheses, and I just follow what it says. A squared, or x squared, minus a times b, or in this case, x and 3, or 3x. Let me write that down. And finally, b squared. And remember, b is 3 for us, so b squared would be 9, right? Sorry for the bell. Okay, now we can continue with this method called grouping. So whenever you have a polynomial that has 4 terms, let's see, 1, 2, 3, and 4, you want to do a factoring method called grouping, which is basically to group the first 2 terms. So I'm going to do that now. And then group the last 2 terms, which is 3mn plus 6m. Now, you're going to concentrate on the first parentheses and ask yourself, what do they have in common? And what do they have in common here is an n, a single n, right? This guy has 2n. This term has only 1 n, so I can pull out just 1 n. So let's do that. And now we have n plus just 2. Let's do the same here. So in this case, I see a 3 and a 6, so I can pull out a 3. I also see that they have an m in common, so I can pull out an m. So all I have left now in the parentheses is n plus 2. Now, if you consider this whole term again, this whole, I guess, expression, notice that n plus 2 and n plus 2 is a common term. So we can pull that out. N plus 2, okay, so we got rid of these. Open parentheses, and all we have left here is an n and a 3m. All right, and there you have it. This right here would be the result, okay? This right here is an m, just in case. All right? Okay, so let's try grouping again with this guy over here. Let's see. So the first thing I should do is group the first 2 terms. Let's do that. Bx squared. Let me close the parentheses, minus. Now, there's a minus here, so I'm about to group the last 2 terms. That means whenever you have a minus here in the middle, you have to change this into a positive, okay? Always do that. There we go. And now you just write the terms as you see them. 2ay squared, by squared. I'm going to do the same thing again, so I'm going to check what do they have in common, this first term. I see they have x squared in common, so I can pull that out. What else do they have in common? That's a b, that's an a, that's a 2. Nothing else really. So I'm going to close my parentheses and say that this is 2a plus b. All right. I'm going to play the same game here with the second term. I see there's a 2 and a. Oh, y squared. They both have y squared. I can pull that out. Y squared. So let's see what's left. Just a 2a here and a b. So if I look at my expression again, like before with the n plus 2's, I have a 2a plus b and a 2a plus b here. So I can pull that out, right? I can put that in front of my parentheses. So now we have 2a plus b. Now open parentheses, and we just write what's left. So in this case, I have an x squared, and here, a y squared, okay? Now you might be thinking, whoa, I am done. But if you consider this last term, that looks a lot, let's see if I can show you real quick. That looks a lot like this expression here that we used before. So I'm going to use that formula again, all right? Sorry for the bell for the second time. And here we go. This is 2a plus b, let me write that a correctly, times x plus y and x minus y, okay? So remember, this piece I got from the table that we saw previously, okay?